Hello everybody, my name is Solo, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back here on Pet Odyssey because, well, I've been enjoying Pet Odyssey. Also, they moved the boosts over here, apparently. There's of course new stuff, new elemental exclusive eggs. Apparently there's a new free pack design. We're not here for that though. We're here for what's new. As you can see, there is another season pass. It looks like, ooh, even the free one looks pretty cool. The Nebula Star, not too shabby. If we go all the way to Atlantis, wabam, we're here in Atlantis. So here's the weird thing. So PetSim was supposed to update today, and it still hasn't. And a lot of people are like, well, real life comes before the game. And I'm sitting here like, Big Games is like one of the biggest studios like in Roblox in general. Like, I don't think every single developer they have is having a crisis at the same time. Oh geez, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but also there's the thing of like, if you guys did like went and said, hey guys, we're gonna be doing bi-weekly updates, and then just don't do the bi-weekly update. Mind you, it's early in the day for me, so I'm not gonna say that they haven't done it yet. I'm just saying that, you know, people do have a right to be upset over the fact that they just got told, you know, 2 weeks ago, hey, we're going bi-weekly, and now it's been a bi-week and they're sitting here scratching their heads like, okay, it's been a bi-week, where is an update? Like, I think it would be better if they actually even said anything about the update, but from what I can tell, there hasn't really been anything about the update. So kind of weird. Don't know what exactly Preston and those guys are even doing, to be quite honest with you. But with that being said, we do have some new stuff. So yeah, update 2, we have trading, mastery, and rebirth. Where is our mastery and rebirth stuff? Is it like in the new areas? New AFK zone. There's now a Purgatory zone. 4 new eggs, 113 new pets, 4 new secret pets, 1 new Odyssey pet, new season pass, new secret potion, new exclusive egg, new exclusive pets, updated infinity pack, new game pass, balancing overhaul, mobile improvements, and bug fixes. So yeah, apparently, yeah, they changed these. So I'm guessing they're condensing the stats because of just like how stats work. I'm pretty sure these guys were in the trillions last I was looking at them, but now they only do like a, 100 billion, which isn't that bad of a adjustment, as long as it doesn't impact flow of progression, which I played quite a few games that had a lot of things that impacted progression. So I'm completely fine with them changing it, as long as it, actually doesn't mess with the player base to the point where people can't, do anything. Anyway, with that being said, we need to get to this new area. I have no idea, like, the masteries or anything. Right now we have a more luck thing going on. Who knows? Maybe when we get to the new areas, it will give us something, but we'll have to wait and see. For right now, I had to get up to like 420 1,000 crystals. So I guess I'll do that real quick. So we'll be back. Oh yeah, also I've heard rumors that like also Big Games is kind of being sold off / deteriorating underneath itself right now. I don't know if it's because of really bad decisions that Preston's made. I don't know if it's just, you know, people got tired of working under Preston, but from the rumors, it sounds like a lot of the people who worked on Pet Sim 99 are actually relieved that they're not working on it anymore, which, I mean, I don't blame them. When you work for someone like Preston, like, it doesn't shock me that they're relieved that they don't have to work there, because that's probably one of the most, like, I guess, negatively impacting jobs, especially when you have to interact with, like, the community around it. Because there's so many people in the community that are just absolutely disgusting people who will send you, like, threats and everything just because you're not doing exactly what they want you to do. So, yeah, I don't blame them for being happy if they did, you know, leave big games or they went on to do something else. And if they did, I hope they have fun with whatever they decide to do next. Like, that's the thing, is people don't realize how much when I look at games, I go, oh, that game's going downhill because the, like, person overseeing everything decided that they needed more money. And to the people saying, well, they need money to do Roblox dev work. Yeah, but here's the problem. People don't understand that the amount of money needed to keep a server up and to do dev work, like, does not outweigh how much money that they actually make. Like, with how Roblox does their platform, A, you get paid on how much people visit. B, you get paid for how much, like, premium people are doing stuff in your game. And then C, you get paid on microtransactions, right? Those are the three ways of, like, you getting paid in the ecosystem of Roblox. Whoa, this place is creepy. Is this Purgatory? I think this is Purgatory. I guess we gotta interact with this thing, I'm guessing. Yeah, here it is. Rebirth to unlock. So you get a secret potion. Boosts chances of hatching a secret pet by 100%. Okay. And then you also get, yeah, let's rebirth. Okay, so I'm guessing, yeah, it sends us back to the beginning. Now, mind you, we still have our pets, so we should be fine. Now, does it make me restart and get these again? No. Okay, so I just keep those. Okay, so we should be fine. Yeah, we very much should be fine. So we did just rebirth. We also have mastery now. And apparently, there's like ranks. Oh yeah, look at this. So there's rewards. If you get to rank 10, you get the Odyssey potion, which is like the best potion in the game currently, besides the secret one. And then if you get to the egg hatch here, you also get more Odyssey hatch slots potion. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Anyway, we're gonna start moving to new areas, which is funny because now it wants me to actually do the old quests as well. But yeah, so back to the conversation about like Roblox dev stuff. The issue is a lot of these people who have like very limited experience with Roblox, like devs and how the actual systems work, which usually it's younger kids who are saying the stuff of, oh well, they need to make money. You can say that all you want, but here's the problem. When a company, let's take big games for example, who makes a metric ton of money because they have whales that just spend all of their money on everything that big games ever puts out, and then you have, you know, people who literally will always defend the game no matter what, cough cough, LC, like you are not struggling to pay your developers, you are not struggling to do things with your game. In fact, you're sitting pretty happy almost all the time. Like, there's a reason why when you see some devs, they sit there and boast about like how they're buying cars or how they're buying all this stuff. It's because they're literally, like, some of them have literally made a strategy that just maximizes how much money they can make on Roblox. Some of them, I don't like what they do, because there's some of them that brag about literally doing what's known as selling, like, copy and paste items, right? What I mean by copy and paste items, I'm just gonna use that. What I mean by copy and paste items is basically they go in, they make a formula, which is just basically them stealing a popular game formula and then reselling it. There's a guy who's bragging about his Supra, which is a really expensive car, because he sits there and makes templates for the same games that he sells to people. Like, and then he sits there and brags about it. And I've actually commented on his Twitter a few times saying, hey, you're not that great, my guy. All you do is copy and paste the same thing. Like, you're not really original, my guy. But of course his response, which is most of their responses, is, well, I'm just trying to get that bag. Which, by the way, not a great response, gonna be honest. If that's your response to someone criticizing the fact that you're unoriginal, you're still unoriginal. Like, it just, yeah, doesn't make sense to me. Some of these people will always think that they're the best in the world at doing something, and in reality they're just riding off coattails. We've seen it a lot recently, or not even recently, over the years of Roblox. We've seen it a lot where a game will get popular and then people will literally all flock to doing what that game, like, does. Oh, okay, I completed that one. Neat. So for example, the Steela games, right? We literally just saw a Steela game made by the people who are behind SpongeBob Tower Defense, which, it's funny that, like, when developers make a new thing, and I don't know if it's something to do with the fact that, like, it's their own project that they got green lit for SpongeBob or whatever have you, but they always make a brand new group. Like, there's never, like, most of the time I never see multiple projects that are by, like, the same group. It's usually always changing. That's why when BlackRock or Team Blackstar, or whatever you want to call them, make a new game, they always change their name, because they think people aren't gonna figure out that, you know, it's a shady company behind them. Anyway, I'm going to try to get back to the whatchamacallit, the Haunted Hollow. We're gonna try to get to the Haunted Hollow. So yeah, we'll be back. Okay, so yeah, I have no idea what's going on with big games right now. Apparently, the rumors say that Preston left and is not at big games anymore, which is interesting, because I don't know why you would leave a company that's making you millions of dollars. Yeah, it says thanks on his Twitter. It says 24. Thanks for playing my game's previous build into games. Apparently. Again, I don't get, like, I guess the decision to just walk away from all of it. Maybe the guy got tired of it. Who actually knows? I just, here's my problem with, like, all of this and with how all this is going. So basically the guy walks away from, like, all of it, but now we're kind of in a weird limbo state, and this is one thing I wanted to talk about. So basically everybody who liked, say, PetSim99 or did videos on it are now in a state of limbo, because, you know, a little bit ago they're being told, hey, you know, we're working on the game, right? Hey, we're gonna be updating. Hey, you don't want to miss the update. And now it is well, been 2 weeks, and there is literally nothing like on their Twitter or even in their Discord at all whatsoever about an update. So it makes you wonder, if Preston is gone, who or what is going to be the next step? You know? It also makes me wonder what certain YouTubers are going to be doing. It sucks, honestly. To be honest with you, and I'm going to be blatantly honest here, I figured it would happen eventually. Here's my issue, and this is the issue I had with pet sim games. And it sucks. Down to the last fiber of my being, I know that it sucks that to see a game kind of just like basically burn out, right? Because pet sim had been popular from like the early days of its original conception to, Pet Sim 2 not hitting as much, but then Pet Simulator X coming in and absolutely killing it, and then Pet Sim 99 also killing it for a while. Eventually, I figured that Icarus would fly close to the sun, and he would burn up, right? And why did I think that? Well, simple. Because of how Preston and a lot of the stuff we got came out, like how they were acting with big games in the background. Because let's be honest, this is still the same people, Preston is still the same person who tried to copyright people over Square Pets. These are the same people who tried to talk about preserving their pet image, yet they sit there and they made a whole bunch of updates that were literally just reused stuff from other games, right? So I figured eventually, when they kept squabbling about with all of this, eventually it would come back to bite them, and well, it definitely did. And now we're at this point where the community who was behind Pet Sim 99 and everything else is in limbo. They are literally at a point where they have to guess whether or not they're ever going to be able to see a new update for Pet Sim 99. As far as who bought the game, don't know. Who owns Do Big Studios, or who's doing all the stuff for Do Big Studios, we don't know, because as far as I know, all the groups for Do Big and everything else are owned by Preston still, even though he says he's not a part of it. And it's weird because this is the same kind of setup that happened when Craft TD went down. Was they started having their stuff get messed with, and then they said, well, we sold it, and then they just never, the person who bought it just never did anything with it, and they never changed stuff around either. So yeah, I feel bad for the people who spent a lot of money on Pet Sim. I really do. However, I hate the fact that I know that Preston is going to be basically coasting on Pet Sim's legacy for the next foreseeable future, even though he kind of has just abandoned the entire thing. Well, people are well, he's allowed to get tired. It's also a thing of he needs to stay there while this whole thing's going to make sure it's a smooth process. We shouldn't have, things randomly not happening, updates or things like that. That shouldn't be going on while you're transitioning, to a new owner, if you actually cared about your game. If you didn't care about the game, then you'd end up doing what Preston literally just did, where he kind of just said, oh, well, I'm done, and then just left, right? And that's like our whole big kind of issue here is Pets Go is abandoned. Pet Simulator 99 honestly feels abandoned. And before, people were like, oh, well, don't say it's abandoned, you know, you don't know if you can confirm that. Here, let me show you something. So you guys remember how the last time I played it was some sort of beach party? This is what it looks like now. And instead of saying, oh, updates every week or every 2 weeks, it just says, thanks for playing. So question, are they actually ever going to make or update their games ever again, or are they just going to let all of them die out, right? That's my genuine question to Preston. Another question I have for Preston. Did you actually think this through, or did you go, oh, well, I just don't want to do it anymore and leave? Because it seems like there was no plan for after you leaving. Like, very much so. I haven't seen anything or any, like, glimpse of hope for people who played Pet Sim 99 since the whole thing of Preston leaving. So it makes no sense, and I feel bad for people who actually enjoyed Pet Sim 99. And it sucks. And honestly, this shows you the kind of dark, not like super dark, you know, we're not going into like expose video type territory, but this shows you the kind of more bad side of game development, because we are literally seeing a game that was on top of some of the highest points in Roblox at some points literally disintegrate in front of everyone's eyes, all because it doesn't seem like there's a plan for them to continue any of the games. It really just seems like Preston said, okay, I'm done, and like that's it. Like, it makes no sense, and we'll have to continue to update further, see what's happening. But genuinely, if that's all Preston had for it, honestly, I think he's a horrible person. Like, if your grandiose like exit is just basically you killing off your own game for the thousands, and I say thousands because there's still 22,000 people playing, but if your grandiose exit is literally telling those people that you're leaving and that basically the game's dead, you're a horrible human being. And honestly, if Preston has any money left, I kind of hope he loses quite a bit of it, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem actually responsible to just up and abandon a project just because you don't feel like it, without any actual discourse of going through and making sure that if you do sell it to a new owner, or that somebody else continues it on, that it's actually getting updates instead of just abandoning it. Because that's some stuff we see from BlackRock or Black Stars Studios over and over again. Again, if you see the 10-0 come out, be very careful. It is their next game that they're working on with another person who's very popular for, I believe, the Basketball Zero game. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I think if there is a plan, that's great. Hopefully that plan goes well. However, if Preston just up and left and didn't have a plan with him, and it's just like, well, that's the end of Pet Sim, honestly, Preston, you're a horrible human. And you should be ashamed of the fact that you just, up and left a lot of people just high and dry. And yeah, I think that's my thoughts on it. I think if you're gonna be that greedy of a developer and then turn around and just sit there and abandon the people who made you famous in the first place, then you never deserved it in the first place. To be fair, I've always been under the opinion that slowly over time, Preston has shown that he didn't really deserve the fame he got from Pet Sim 99, because it seemed like he just kept doing shady stuff. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, before I ramble on too long here, I think I'm gonna end the video here because we did just get to the last area. Anyway, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, as always, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys think about the whole big game situation. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Preston's ever gonna come back? Do you guys think that, you know, Pet Sim itself is over? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below, and also don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so then you guys never miss a video. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.